Hey guys, welcome back. We are doing lesson 21 for Wit and Wisdom. Remember our essential question, the overall question throughout this module is, what can we discover about animals' unique features? Our focus question for this lesson is, how do animals use the same feature in unique ways? Our content framing question for this lesson is, what do I notice and wonder about what do you do with a tail like this? So in this lesson, you guys are going to demonstrate your knowledge about a main topic, details, as well as text features and shades of meaning verbs as you complete your first new read assessment. Then in the assessment, we're going to do some noticing and wondering about our new text. What do you do with a tail like this? So, the author of our new text did something similar. They researched facts about how animals use their features and organize them into a book. For example, one section of this new text is about tails. So make sure to pay close attention in there about the animals and how they use their tails in the same way or different ways compared to the seahorse. All right. So let's think back at our focus question again. Our focus question is, how do animals use the same features in unique ways? Now think about that word unique. What does unique mean? That means it's not like anything else. It's one of a kind, right? All right. So we're going to be looking at this text and trying to find out all these new things, main topics and details, and text features with this new read that we have. So with that in mind, I need you to go grab your new assessment. It's 21A, New Read Assessment 1. And I'm going to share my screen so you know what it looks like. Let me hide this. Let me take away that. Go here. All right, moms and dads, or any adult that's there working with your child, please let them do this on their own, okay? Make sure your name is at the top. It says Assessment 21A, New Read Assessment 1, and it's got a humpback whale on the front of it, along with a sperm whale and a blue whale. So in this, you are going to have the opportunity to answer 4 questions about an informational text. And this text is called Whales. All right. And we've got some multiple choice questions to answer that follow. Make sure that you choose the answer that is best to fit that question. Remember to listen carefully to the text as I read it aloud, okay? So let me read this to you. Whales talk. Whales are noisy. Whales make noise to communicate with other whales. Some whales talk to each other by squeaking, crying, or whistling. They can hear these sounds hundreds of miles away. The sounds are called whale songs. Whales are the loudest animals on the earth. Now notice we have humpback whale, sperm whale, and the blue whale. Then we have then we have an index. Babies, page 9. Food, page 11. Size, page 15, sounds, page 16, and types, page 17. Now, it comes down here to the next page. It says directions. Circle the best answer for each question. Number 1, what type of whale does the top illustration show? Does it show an orca, a humpback whale, or a blue whale? So if I go back to the next page, what is the top whale? That means, what is this whale here? Okay. Orca, humpback whale, or blue whale? Number 2, which text feature gives the answer to question 1? Which text feature did we use to get the answer to question 1? Did we use a heading? Did we use a label, or did we use an index? Think about the illustration. What did it have with it to give you the answer? What was this called right there? Was it the heading, a label, or an index? Number 3, whales talk is one section of a book. Where in the book would you find information about the size of a whale? Would it be 11, page 17, or page 15? Well, let's go look in our index to see what page you would find the size of a whale. So there's our index right here. Where would you find size and what page is it on? And then once you found it, come back over here and mark your answer on number 3. Okay, number 4. Which text feature gives the answer to question 3? So where did you find this information? Was it in a heading, a label, or an index? Think back. What is this over here called on this side? What was that called? Was it a heading, a label, or an index? Mark your answer. Okay, write the answers to the questions below. So let's think about this. Number 5, what is the main topic of the paragraph, whales talk? So what is the main topic? Think about this, okay? This was our buttons and box moment. So the main topic to whale talk. So if we go back up here to whales talk, it says whales are noisy. Whales make noise to communicate with other whales. Some whales talk to each other by squeaking, crying, or whistling. They can hear these hundreds of miles away. The sounds are called whale songs. Whales are the loudest animals on the earth. So what is that paragraph all about? And remember, your topic sentence is normally the first sentence in a paragraph, what it's going to be about. So then once you figure that out, write your main topic right there to the paragraph. Then on number 6, it says write 2 details that support this main topic. You've got 2 buttons there, so you're going to write 1 detail here and 1 detail here. So think about our sandwich chart. We have our topic sentence, we have facts and details in the middle, and then the last sentence is our conclusion. So go back and look in that paragraph for details that support your topic, okay? Let's move forward. All right, on number 7, we are going to write the following words in order from softest to loudest on the chart below. You have the word crying, squeaking, and whistling. Crying, squeaking, and listening. Now remember, we've done these before. All right, you're going from the softest to the loudest. So think about softest to loudest. Which one of those is the softest? and then which one of them is the next level, and then which one is the loudest. So write those down. Okay. Hold on a second, my friends. I need to get a computer cord before my computer decides it wants to die on me. There we go. All right. Number 8. What does the word communicate mean in the sentence, whales make noise to communicate with other whales? So what does communicate mean there? Does it mean to swim, talk, or jump? Swim, talk, or jump? All right, you have answered all of those questions on your own, all right? Now you need to make sure that you turn that in for a grade, okay? So now I'm going to stop sharing. Bring it back up to me. Okay, guys. So now what I would like to do, let me bring it out a little bit, is I want to talk about our text. Our text. We're going to read a new book. This is our new book. What do you do with a tale like this? And notice the authors, Steve Jenkins and Robin Page. All right. And you'd also notice there is a cow honor. We've got that right there showing this is for the pictures. All right. So I'm going to read this story aloud to you, and I want you to think about what do you notice and wonder about this story? What do you do with a tale like this? Animals use their noses, their ears, their tails, eyes, mouths, and feet in very different ways. See if you can guess which animal each part belongs to and how it is used. At the back of the book, you can find out more about these animals. What do you do with a nose like this? If you're a platypus, you use your nose to dig in the mud. If you're a hyena, you find your next meal with your nose. If you're an elephant, you use your nose to give yourself a bath. If you're a mole, you use your nose to find your way underground. And if you're an alligator, you breathe through your nose while hiding in the water. What do you do with ears like these? If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. If you're a hippopotamus, you close your ears when you go underwater. If you hear with your ears on your knees. If you're a humpback whale, you hear sounds hundreds of miles away. What do you do with a tail like this? If you're a giraffe, you brushed off pesky flies with your tail. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on its way. And if you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. If you're a scorpion, your tail can give a nasty sting. And if you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. What do you do with eyes like these? If you're an eagle, you spot tiny animals from high in the air. If you're a chameleon, you look two ways at once. If you're a four-eyed fish, you look above and below the water at the same time. If you're a horned lizard, you squirt blood out of your eyes. And if you're a bush baby, you use your large eyes to see clearly at night. What do you do with feet like these? If you're a chimpanzee, you feed yourself with your feet. If you're a blue-footed booby, you do a dance. If you're a water strider, you walk on water. If you're a gecko, you use your sticky feet to walk on the ceiling. If you're a mountain goat, you leap from ledge to ledge. What do you do with a mouth like this? If you're a pelican, you use your mouth as a net to scoop up fish. If you're an egg-eating snake, you use your mouth to swallow eggs larger than your head. If you're a mosquito, you use your mouth to suck blood. If you're an anteater, you capture termites with your long tongue. And if you're an archer fish, you catch insects by shooting them down with a stream of water. End. So let's think about, what did you notice in this book? Man, there was a lot going on in this book for me. I loved it. Okay. I noticed that it showed a lot of different body parts, right? Your ears, your eyes, your nose, your feet. Okay. I noticed a lot of animals had the same features, right? I noticed when I was reading, and I'm sure you noticed that some of the words were in shapes also. They weren't just written across, they were written in different directions also on the pages. And I also noticed in there that there was a lizard that squirted blood out of his eyes. I'm sure you noticed that one too. Great. So now that we've noticed things in our book, what do we do now? Oh yeah, this is where we ask our questions using our who, what, why, when, and where, right? Okay, so think about what questions you have about this book. Think about those. And let's put them on our question chart, okay? So let me get our question chart here closer. Okay, let me see if I can bring it over some too. Oh, I went the wrong direction, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Now, let me bring it closer in. Okay, so let's think of some questions that we had during this lesson. What were some of the questions that we could ask? Oh, I know one. Where are the ears on a cricket's legs? I want to know where the ears are. So, where are the ears on a cricket? Okay, it's one question. What's another question we could ask? Why does a lizard break off its tail? Why does a lizard break off its tail? That's a good question. Oh, I know one that I really want to know. Why does a horned lizard squirt blood from its eyes? These are some good questions. Where are the ears on a cricket? Why does a lizard break off its tail? Why does a horned lizard squirt blood from its eyes? So let's think about this. If we go back in our text, let me get our text here, and we're looking, where are the ears on a cricket? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to find the cricket. Okay, it says, if you're a cricket, you hear with ears that are on your knees. So where are the ears on a cricket at? On its knees? Could you imagine having your ears on your knees? No. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Walking around with ears on our knees. So cricket's ears are on its knees. Cricket's ears are on its knees. Good. Cricket's ears are on its knees. That would just, I can't imagine. Okay, so let's think about our next question. Why does a lizard break off its tail? Well, if I go in our text to the section about the tails, let's see where the tail section's at. It says, if you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. So why does it break off its tail? Oh, to get away from predators, maybe? So we'll put to get away from predators. Good. Okay, and let's look at our last question. Why does a horned lizard squirt blood from its eyes? Oh my goodness. Well, let's go back in our text and see, why does it do this? So if I go to the eye section, it says, if you're a horned lizard, you squirt blood out of your eyes. But it doesn't tell us why. Wonder why it would do that. Do you think maybe to get away from predators also? Maybe the predators think it could be dead and they don't want it? Possibly. So that may be an answer in progress because we really can't complete that answer, right? So we're going to put it right here in the middle. Why does it squirt blood from its eyes? So we'll just put to get away from predators. Great. Now, you don't have to write this down and put that in your journal and turn it into me. This is what we're doing together, okay? So let's look back at our fluency homework. Let me take you back a little bit because you are very up close. So I'm going to screen share it. Our fluency homework. What do you do with a tale like this? You have two options here. Option A is what I'm reading now, and then I will read option B. What do you do with ears like these? If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a cricket, you hear with ears that are on your knees. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. Animals use noses, their ears, their tails, their eyes, their mouths, and feet in very different ways. So that's option A. Option B says this. What do you do with a tail like this? What do you do with a tail like this? If you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. If you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouths, and feet in very different ways. So that's your fluency. It's a new one. So practice one of the two. You don't have to do both, but just practice one, okay? All right, before we go, I want to stop sharing so you can see me back up close again. Before we go, let's talk a little bit about prepositions. I'm going to show you some pictures. All right, let me see what I've done with them. There they are. I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to think about what's going on in the picture. Okay, all three pictures are different, right? So tell me what's going on in this picture. There's a table, right? And what's there beside it? A mouse. A mouse is beside the table. Okay. What do you notice here? The mouse is under the table. The mouse is on the table. So what do all three of these pictures have in common? They all have a mouse and they all have a table, but the mouse is in different places with the table, correct? It's either on it, beside it, or under it. Those are called prepositions. It shows a location. All right, it shows where a noun is located. So think about prepositions. We can use in, we can use on, up, by, near, around, under, over, and beneath. All right, those are all prepositions that help with a location of a noun. All right, guys, that's the end of our lesson today. Hope you have a good one, and I will see you back here tomorrow.